If you don't want to make $10,000 while being in high school, this video is not for you. Obviously, you are watching this video because you want to learn how to make $10,000 in high school. And I'm here to teach you. No, you don't need nobody's credit card. No, you don't need nobody's ID. No, you don't need nobody's social security. Never mind. All you need is a couple of dollars and determination. You gotta really want that $10,000. You gotta be very disciplined to reach the $10,000 mark doing what I'm finna tell you in the next 5 seconds. These are rules on how to make $10,000 as a high school student. Rule number 1, be known for something or have some friends that are known or just love marketing you or love throwing your name out and stuff. Not negative things, but they just love supporting you with everything you do. You will need them. Any friend that you think will go around just saying, hey, my friend sells this, my friend does this, my friend can do this, keep that person around because they will be beneficial. When I was in high school, I had 2 friends. Whenever I would go on Facebook or Instagram or any type of social media or any group chat, I would say I'm selling honey buns. And my friends would post the same thing inside the group chat or social media and say they're selling honey buns just to bring all the clientele to me. Because my friends' friends were not my friends. They are possible clientele, if that makes sense. But be careful, because if your name moves around too much, you might get the wrong attention.
That's the sound of the police.
Create relationships with staff, mainly the security guard. This is one of the most important things that you could do. Before you do anything, create a relationship with the staff, mainly the security guards, because they're the one that have fiduciary responsibility to the school, which is supposed to enforce the rules. Meaning, just make sure y'all have a bond. It'll never be a close relationship or friendship because it's a grown adult and it's a child. It'll never be that. But create a relationship enough to where they will allow you to do things against policy. That's going to sound crazy. You just have to know how to talk. You have to know how to communicate. You have to know how to swindle words inside of conversations to see if this is a good security guard or if he will tell or if he will get you in trouble. You have to know. You have to know off the back of your hand. I always say make the security guards your best friend for a reason, because they're the ones at the door checking your bags with the scanners to make sure you don't have anything you don't supposed to have. They are the ones. So if you already have a relationship with the security guards going into school, when you have a bag full of product, they're not going to take it if y'all have a relationship or y'all have some type of business ship. Y'all can look at each other in the eye to eye and be like, okay, cool, you good. Come on, keep going. Just hurry up and walk past so no one else sees that I'm letting you through. All from experience. I'm not just talking. For example, I went to Morgan Park High School. When I tell y'all I had every single security guard under my thumb, it was only one security guard that I could not get under my thumb. And that's because she was working there for the past 50 years and said she would not lift a finger off that policy book. And if you went to Morgan Park, you know who I'm talking about. The only way I got it to that point is because I built a relationship with those security guards and I paid them, whether it was money or whether it was product. No diddy. For instance, I sold honey buns. I sold honey buns and juices. They were like 50-cent juices. But if a security guard would let me slide, let me pass, or let me go without telling on me, taking my product, or writing me up, I would give him a honey bun and a juice because most security guards did not come to work with a lunch. So if you're supplying something that they do not have, you're all cool with them. They're going to turn the blind eye every time. Selling food, snacks, whatever inside of a high school is basically like contraband. You have to be smart. You have to be quick. You have to know what's going on. You have to know what a market is, what's a price, what at where. You have to know how to move. That's why I'm teaching y'all. Make sure y'all get the security guard under y'all thumb. Under the thumb, goof. If you see there's a security guard or a teacher or a staff member that just ain't with it, and you talking to them the whole time, and you kind of slipping little things in there, and they like, yeah, no, I hope nobody in here selling this or doing this, because I'm telling, I ain't losing my job over that. that is not the right staff member or security guard that you should be talking to or accompanying yourself with. That is not the right one, because they're going to tell on you. Now, if you got a little dirt on them, then that's a little different. But we're going to talk about that later. That was one of the most important things that you should know. Trust me, I've seen it. I've done it. I know it. Rule number 3, know who your competition is at all times. Know who is selling more than you, know who's selling less than you, know who is selling anything. And if somebody is selling the same thing as you better know it. You better know their prices. You better know who they is. You better know what's bringing people to them, what's bringing people towards you versus them. You better know what corners they be selling on, what corners of the hallway. You better know who they connected to, who their friends are, who their clientele is. You better know everything about everything, because those people are going to hinder you from getting your $10,000 while being in high school. And I know it's a saying out there that just don't worry about what other people's doing. You ain't got to worry about everybody else. Whoop. That's eliminated. Once you get into the business arena, you have to know what your competitors are doing at all times, so you could anticipate their next move and you could already be 10 steps ahead of them. For example, when I was in high school at Morgan Park, it was maybe a good 3 to 4 people selling different things inside of Morgan Park. I had a best friend. She sold juices, and it was these famous juices that she sold. She sell out every day. She sold juices, and it was something else that she sold. I sold honey buns and smaller juices that for the people that couldn't afford her juices. You see how we complemented each other there? And someone else in the building was selling something like sandwiches, like actual Subway sandwiches, but they was like 3 inches, not 6 or 12 inches. They was 3-inch subs. And he was selling them. He would sell out every day. People loved those sandwiches. That was my number one competitor. I knew everything about his business. I knew everything about how he ran everything. I knew everything about who he was connected to. I knew how he got his sandwiches in. And we were going at it inside the business world. We would go at it head on collision every time. Someone else, they were selling chicken. They were selling chicken wings. Became a competitor towards the end of my high school years, but he started selling chicken, but he also became a competitor for me. And sometimes you can partner up with them for the best of both businesses. Rule number 4, you have to be okay with giving away some of your product in certain circumstances. For example, me, when I was in Morgan Park, I had this one security that I just could not get under my thumb. The security that I told you guys about. I could not get her under the thumb because she's been working there for 50 years. Now, if I'm going inside the metal detector and I know she's standing there at the metal detector and she's going to see my bag, I would leave out the building. And every student that walked passes me, before they go in the building, I would say, hey, I'll give you 1 or 2 honey buns. If you put 5 to 8 honey buns in your book bag, I give you 1 or 2 for free, no charge. What this was doing was breaking down my inventory in my one bag and spreading it out amongst 5 to 10 different people. Whereas I can bring all that inventory back in. And after we get past the metal detector, I can re-up all the inventory that I had and put it back in my bag, in my one bag, and distribute all my payroll out to those people. Whether it's money or whether it's a honey bun like I promised them. It's the name of the game. Sorry. And do not get got. Like don't get zeroed. If one of the students come up to you and be like, hey, I'm gonna go tell on you if you don't give me a honey bun, and he try to blackmail you, don't go for it. Tell him go get the security guard right now. Tell him to bring the security guard in here. As soon as he leave out the door, go get a security guard, swap the bags to somebody else, or distribute them out to some people, put them on a payroll real quick. As soon as the security guard come in and check your bag, there's nothing in your bag because you swapped your bag and distribute out all the product around so they can't pin it on you. What is he telling on? You don't have nothing. Think smart. And later in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys to always be aware of threats that's coming. Rule number 5, always treat your customers like they are top tier, like they are billionaires, because that way they will come back to you. They will never forget you for the person that sold them something that they really wanted and gave them the expression that nobody else gave them. Just make sure they have a great interaction with you when you sell them whatever you're selling. They will always crave for that feeling whenever they buy something, so they don't feel in guilt that they're buying something that they really don't even need. That's a psychological. That's more advanced. I'm gonna get to that if y'all like this video. I'm gonna get to that in another video. Understand what the market wants and supply it. This actually should have been number one, but whatever. You can't go to a predominantly white school and sell hot Cheetos because most of those kids don't care or do not want hot fries or hot Cheetos. They want salads. They want healthy foods because they are conditioned to eat healthy. They are conditioned to eat better things than hot fries and hot Cheetos. I'm sorry, black people, but that's how it is. For example, in Morgan Park, we're in the hood, kinda-ish. We in the hood / the suburbs. We had predominantly black kids in my school, in my high school. So I knew everybody loves honey buns, or at least a little taste of honey buns. Since we are in the middle of the city, in the suburbs, why not supply in the middle right there where everybody would eat? Everybody would love a honey bun because it's just bread with cinnamon glazed on it. Not too sweet, but it's just right. Everybody would love it. Juice. The black kids would devour the juice. That's why I sold those two things. And juice complements the honey bun because it makes it easier to swallow down. And it gives it that extra little pizzazz sweetness. Know the market, supply them with what they want. My competitor, which sold the sandwiches, that was one of the most smartest move he made against me, was his beginning move, which was to sell sub sandwiches. Because at that point, it became quantity over quality. It didn't matter if the sandwiches were nasty. He brought quantity over quality. His sandwiches were bigger than my one honey bun that you could buy for $1. He gave you more in that sandwich that I could give you in that honey bun. But you have to understand what the market wants and you have to supply them with what they want. You can't just supply them with anything and think you're going to sell out. A good idea to do to find out what the market wants is to go to a vending machine in your high school. Take a picture of everything in the vending machine with your phone. Wait 1 whole week. Go back to that vending machine and look what's in the vending machine. If anything in that vending machine is gone or out of stock, that's the product that you go with. That's the product that you go to the store and buy and you upcharge them. Because that is what everyone wants. That is the demand for the market. This is another gem that you have to be disciplined. Rule number 7. Never get high on your own supply. I'm pretty sure we all heard it before. Do not drink or eat your own product unless you're in one of those circumstances where you're at the door with the security guard and they be like, why you got all these treats? And you have to eat one of those honey buns on spot and say it's all yours. That's how I did not capitalize the most that I could have in high school financially. Hire people. I said a little bit earlier when I said you have to put people on payroll. You have to distribute things out when you're in certain circumstances. And then on the back end, you have to pay those people in some type of form of compensation, whether it's honey buns, product, or money. You're supposed to hire people that are going to help you with this business. They don't have to know your ins and outs. They don't have to know your whole blueprint, your platform. They don't have to know everything. Have specific people for specific roles. What do I mean by that? You need a lookout. You need hustlers, you need holders, you need distractors, and you need violators. You need hustlers, people that sell honey buns for you on the side when you have too many that you can't get off all yourself at the same time. You need violators. Violators is the main ones. Violators are the people, if you're not the confrontational type, or if you're not the type to tell somebody, hey, you didn't pay me, where's my money? If you're not the type of person to do that, you're going to need a violator. You're going to need somebody that's going to be able to stand up for you, or someone that's going to be able to go get whatever you had, go get it from somebody else. You need distractors. Distractors are people if you get in a jam. Say if a security guard just having a bad day and he want to take your bag and take all your snacks. Boom. What you're going to do is have one of those distractors on your side say, hey, he finna come take my bag. Or you send a text, a phone text, yada, yada, yada. That distractor will instantly start a fight. Don't matter who it is, he'll just punch somebody in the head just because. That leaves the security guard to drop the bag, you pick the bag up and run, and then he break up that fight. Or less intense. Maybe maybe your distractor starts to argue with the security guard. Security guard gets overwhelmed with so much that's going on. He ends up sitting the bag down for a couple seconds. You pick the bag up, run, you're out, you're gone. Cool, you have all your inventory back. Holders. Holders are people, like I told you earlier, that basically you distribute to them just for the time being until you can get out of a circumstance. Say, like I told you, say if a security guard is coming in the room, they know you have snacks, they come to check your bag, boom, you can hand everything out, distribute them out to everybody just for a short period until your bag is checked and you clear, and then you can get all those things back. You need lookouts. If you're not a person that's very in tune with the streets or in tune with the hallways, as we say in high school, you're not going to know when a threat is coming towards you. You're not going to know if the security guard is coming in unless you hear them keys coming in and they talking on radio and walkie-talkies. You're not going to know if a security guard is waiting for you around a corner. You're not going to know if the principal is on the way to come see you. You're not going to know anything if you're not in tune with the hallways or the streets, whatever. Or say, for instance, you're in the hallway and you selling right here on the corner of a hallway, you selling a honey bun. And here comes a security guard because he spotted you all the way from down the other side of the hallway. You need someone that's on the lookout. Be like, hey, go, move around, move around, move around, move around. And the last one is pretty much the same thing as I just said. Just be on your P's and Q's. Just make sure you always have an ear in the streets if you can. And if you don't have an ear in the streets, make sure you have eyes in the hallways, on the streets, whatever y'all call it. Make sure you know when the threat is coming or a principal coming, a security guard coming, and know when they're coming for you. Because somebody could take your bag too. Just snatch your bag with all your snacks in it. Just be on the swivel. Know what's going on. It's a treacherous game. It's a real treacherous game when you're doing stuff like that. Especially at schools like Morgan Park. When I was there, that is. So just make sure y'all stay on the swivel. How do I make my 10,000? So I wrote a couple things down on this piece of paper. I'm just finna quickly go for it. If you go to the gas station, you buy 2 honey buns for $1. That means when you get to the school, you do not sell those 2 honey buns for $1. What you do is you sell each honey bun that you have for $1. Not 2 honey buns for $1. You sell each honey bun for $1. That way you can make profit and then go what's called re-up. If you buy 2 honey buns for $1, sell it each honey bun for $1. That means you will leave that whole day with $2 from those 2 honey buns that you bought for $1. $2 a day would equal up to $10 a week. $10 a week would equal up to $40 a month. $40 a month would equal up to $240 a school year, which is 6 months roughly, I believe. Say if you want to upcharge it and you want to do something called price discrimination. Say if you went to the gas station, you bought 2 honey buns for $1. Then you went to the school and sold 1 honey bun for $2, or each honey bun for $2. If you had 2 honey buns and you sold each honey bun for $2, you should leave that school with $4. This is called price discrimination if there is no vending machines inside the school. $4 a day would equal up to $20 a week. $20 a week would equal up to $80 a month. $80 a month would equal up to $480 a year. Half a year. 1 school year. And so on and so forth. This is the end of this video. I hope you guys make out $10,000 for your high school year. Please, if there's anything I could help, assist, or do for you guys, do not hesitate to drop a comment down below. My name is KC, and I'm out. Peace.
Junior want to not be on my